Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with StampCreatively, and I am making a card with a Quiet Meadow. I'm going to use the Quiet Meadow stamp set. I'm going to use the Quiet Meadow dies. And again, like there's nothing in here that cuts this flower out or this flower out. But it has lots of random dies that coordinate with it. So everything doesn't have to match. So I'm using that, and then I've added some of the tags. This is called tailor-made tags. They're stitched tags, and then they have these little toppers if you want to use them. And then I'm going to use the Macrame 3D embossing folder. Okay, so let me show you how I made my card. This is the card. I'm going to show you how I created it. I created it for camp last week, and it was a big success, so I thought I'd show it to you. So here we go. So I first took my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of crumb cake cardstock. All of my stamping I'm doing in Memento. So I took my stamp, and this is the words where you can't really see all the words. And I'm going to stamp off a little bit. What's nice about these sets is they kind of have that collage look. So I'm going to randomly stamp on there. Then I'm going to run it through the embossing folder. It's actually the Big Boss that I ran it through. And for the sake of time, you don't need to see me run it through the Big Boss. But this is the 3D Macrame embossing folder. And so now I made my cardstock look like this. It's fantastic. So then I'm going to mount it on my larger piece of the same color cardstock. So we're mounting crumb cake on crumb cake with my Wonder Basement bone folder. Oh, snap. I already see something I forgot to put on my table. I hate it when I do that. Okay. So I always think I'm all ready and I'm all set up and I'm so smart. Nope, I already forgot something. But I'll show you and you'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. Then I've run some of these already through the Big Boss. So again, you don't have to see me do that. So these are part of the Quiet Meadow. This is with that fabulous gold and rose gold metallic paper. So you have a gold and a rose gold. And then I wanted a little bit of a different texture to go with that. So I used this pretty linen paper. So this is that pretty linen paper. And the linen paper is adhesive backed. So that just peels off. So I'm just going to lay my linen on here. And it adhesives right down. And it sticks really well, like nothing's curling up, which is fantastic. Now with these, I debated on putting the adhesive back on them, but I decided just to go ahead and stick them on with a glue dot. Or a couple of glue dots. So I'm going to put one over here. I want this one on this side. And I knew that. I may need one more up here. I don't mind if my cards aren't completely flat when I mail them, because, you know, when they take them out of the envelope, if they have a little dimension, that's okay. Then this one is the gold, of the gold and the rose gold. I can hear, I have a crazy fly in here. Flying around. I opened my back door to let my dog out, or in, I can't remember which one, you know, they go in and out all day, and I let in a fly. I needed it to go back out, but it didn't. So now I've attached my rose gold. And I'm not worried about these bottom because I'll show you why. I took some shimmering white cardstock and pre-cut a tag. Again, with my boss, my big boss. I love the little boss too. I could have done all of this, all the die cutting with the little boss. I couldn't have done the embossing folder. I have a thinking of you tag I'm going to make. I don't like that. I'm going to scooch it down a little bit. And these strips that I'm using here are what I cut off when I make this size. So when I take my 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it to 4 and 5 1/4, I end up with these little strips. So I save them to put these little words on, so I don't feel bad by stamping it twice. Now I have my pretty flowers from my meadow. Gonna stamp them right on there. Okay, I'm gonna snip this off. I don't know what I did on my first card, so this one may look a little bit different, but that's okay. I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. And the thing I forgot that I remembered is this pretty, I gotta snag it off this card, this pretty flamingo ribbon. I'm just going to go ahead and run this through. I go from top, I loop it and go from the top to the back. It's true. It's because you all are watching me that I can't do it. Come on. And then when I go from the top to the back, this ribbon is so soft. It's got the gold in it, but it ties so pretty. When I go from the top to the back, then I get this little knot in the front. Okay, so now I'm going to pull these little guys off. I'm going to stick this right on top of here. Okay, I have pretty champagne rhinestones I'm going to add. Scooch down. I need like to put, you know, on a stage they put dots where people are supposed to stand. I need dots from where I'm supposed to stamp and stay. I guess I could put a little piece of paper on here. I did that once at the beginning. I should do that again. Okay, come on, friend. There we go. Okay, so I've got all that done, and I kind of did it a little bit backwards because I do want to add a little bit of color to those flowers. But I got all excited about assembling and didn't color my flowers. So let me show you how I put a little color on those flowers, and then I'll add the thinking of you. So I took my handy dandy little tray and I put a couple of dots of refill. I used the soft succulent and the papaya. I just think there's still enough succulent in there. I used my water pen, and I'm real bad about this. To get the ink going, I like get it going on my hand. You can see there's, get the water. So I got a little water going. Because I used Memento and not StazOn, I don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. Because if I do, it's going to make that bleed. So I don't want it too wet. So I'm just this is so subtle, the color I'm putting on here, which is exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to add a little bit of color and not have it too dark. You may want yours darker. And guess what? If it's your card, you get to pick. That's what we like about this. What we're showing you is just some different ideas, and then you get to pick how you actually do it. Because every card, no matter whether you're copying from someone or not, is just still a little bit different because it's got your personality in it. Okay, so that was all the color I wanted to add to that. You can see it's just real subtle. Moving a little bit closer so you can see it's just super subtle on there. And because I like to do this, I'm going to flick some of this on there. Again, I can't get it too wet. I don't want to smear anything, but I love to flick a little color on there. Let's see if we can get some of that green on there. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Can you see the little colors flicked on there? I have to be careful. I'm kind of moving my camera around to figure out different positions, but when it's here, it's on my table, so when I stamp, sometimes it moves. I had it up on a different, harder surface, different than what I was stamping on, just so it was a different surface to keep it from shaking. There you go. Oh, you know what I can do now? I can add some gems to the center of my flowers too if I want. I mean, champagne rhinestones, can you ever have too many of them? I don't think so. All right, friends, there you go. It's a great thinking of you card, simple as it can be. Just added some beautiful layers and the ribbon, and it's just lovely. Thanks for joining me. You have a great day, and I will stamp with you again soon. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.